Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Doom Patrol, Episode 3. So, last time we got Cyborg. Cyborg has joined our crew, and we got to sort of have a confrontation with our enemy, Alan Tudyk's character. We have not gotten the professor, whatever you call him, back yet. But we had a few of our members go inside of the donkey, which led to a pocket dimension, in which all three of them had to deal with, well, in two of their cases, their kind of dreams and ideal selves and whatnot, while Cyborg had to deal with the worst he's gone through. So, yeah. But in the end, they all managed to escape. Cliff and Jane on the outside managed to kind of form an understanding with each other and bond a little bit. And things are kind of looking up, I guess. They're starting to plan things out more, at least. They're starting to plan things out more. They're starting to figure things out and even figure out maybe how to confront the bad guy. We'll have to see where this all goes. I'm definitely interested, though. So we're just going to get this started. Hope for another good episode here. And enjoy what we got. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, that was another really good episode. And it definitely focused mostly on Larry, though there was some good focus on Jane as well, and Cyborg and Rita. All of them really had a good amount of focus. It really felt like that none of them were kind of just pushed to the wayside. They all felt like they actually had good just purpose in this episode. But it was definitely mostly Larry this time, with Jane as a close second. So the episode focused a lot on Larry's, well, accident, as we know. The entire incident that caused his body to be burned up as bad as it had, and the force inside of him, as well as his relationships with his wife and his lover. And we see that he's been having these troubles even before the incident happened. That the troubles in his relationships and how they were affecting each other is really, in a lot of ways, what caused a lot of his issue. And we don't know at the moment, like, what this force is that is inside of his body and everything that he's gonna have to learn to work with, but I think it's trying to teach him things. I think it's trying to help him out in a way. And so I'm thinking maybe in the same way like they did with Cliff in the first episode, maybe the way we saw everything happen wasn't exactly as we thought. Like with Cliff, at first we thought he died during the race, but then it shows no, he actually managed to escape from that And his death actually came much later on when he was trying to put back his broken relationship with his wife. What if the same kind of thing is happening here? What if Larry, the entire crash and everything that happened, what if it wasn't this force like interfering and causing the malfunctions? What if he, because of everything that had been going on with his family, with his lover, all of this going around in his head, what if he actually made a mistake? What if it was all him and that the force was actually the what saved him in the end? I mean, we know it saved him, it keeps him alive and everything, but you know what I mean. What if it's the only thing that stopped him from truly being completely destroyed in that crash? That it came in there not to attack, that the malfunction already happened because of his own actions, and that the force came in as a way to help him. That would be an that would be an interesting way to do it. And again, we've already seen this kind of thing done with Cliff in the first episode, so it's not out of the question that that could be the case. But yeah, it's just we get to see how he interacted and fought with both his wife and his lover. We got to see like just a lot more in depth everything that had been going on there and how it affected him. So I'm thinking there is definitely more to this story than we've been told. Jane, her entire thing starts with the idea of control and everything. And hers is definitely less focused on than Larry's during the episode, but when talking to Fuchs and whatnot and just everything that's going on, it's like she says during the episode like that she doesn't control these other personalities, that they respect each other and let each other have that freedom, let them control themselves. And at the end you see her right on the window, control is a weapon used by fascists. And it's true. That is one of the biggest ways that fascists act. What they do is they keep control over those either serving them or those just brainwashed, for lack of a better word, by them. That's how they come to power, through control, and not just like literal like military control or anything, but like controlling the narrative, choosing what you see and what you hear, what you read, the news that is spread, stuff like that. It's not just about literal like control in the way you think. And I really like that's such a good plot point for her to go through with all of these different personalities and whatnot. And it definitely shows a great side to her. And it seems like these other personalities are on the same page with this idea too. Because we see a couple of them come out during her fight and everything, and they all seem to be on on the same side, just going with the same thing. Like I cannot remember their names, but the one who like has the like words pop up and use them as like slashing weapons and shit. Definitely, again, definitely my favorite power of all the ones we've seen in this show so far. But it's like she even says like the first thing she says is Nazi fucks. And it's like, well, fuck yeah. It's like, hell yeah. And it's just getting to see them like go off in this big fight. Like, it was fantastic. It's great. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's like they're Nazis. They fucking deserve it. But We don't really know about the people who it's again. It seemed like Fuchs was controlling. Were they still Nazis as well? Were they on his side, or were they just completely innocent people being controlled? We really don't know. I don't blame Cliff for attacking them and defending, and same with Jane or anything. But it's like at the same time, it's like you do have to kind of wonder that it never really revealed one way or the other. So it is definitely something you have to think about. I like the part of the episode that focused on Cyborg and Rita as well, just kind of getting at each other's throats, but also coming to terms with each other in the end, just kind of like learning to take a step back and see things from other people's perspectives. It was really cool to see. Um, and yeah, I really just enjoyed the entire fuck Nazis kind of vibe that this episode had a huge focus on. It is just it was super fitting as well, the puppet imagery in this episode, because of again the idea of control, the idea of Nazis and everything, of fascism. It's like, yeah, it's a very on the nose like bit of imagery there to go with, but it's still very fitting. And using like the literal puppets, which were super fucking goofy. It's like I really didn't see that coming, but it was just kind of interesting. And there was some big information found out regarding Niles and everything that had been going on. And we even see this other guy in there who again appeared at the end there, who I guess was also like a supervillain, or at least a henchman, like Mr. Nobody was at first, and he was actually going there to receive treatment for to get a superpower and all. And his thought was magnet feed, but he ended up instead getting turned into like this plant dinosaur hybrid thing, which is like, yeah, all right. But the fact that they showed it does imply that he's probably going to come back at some point. Um, but yeah, this was really interesting, really fun, and it delved into these other characters a little bit more. Like we even saw Robot Man, um, Cliff, find the number for his daughter and hold on to it for most of the episode, but at the end, just crumple it up and everything. So I'm really hoping that there is eventually a meeting between the two. I really am. Um, but yeah, there's also some brutal uh, moments with Cliff taking out the mind controlled people working under Fuchs. Like, shit, that was intense. The way he was like smashing their faces, just tearing their bodies apart and shit. It's like, wow, okay, definitely a mature series. I mean, we already knew that, but still, it's like that was brutal, really, really brutal. Um, yeah, I just enjoyed it. We didn't really get too much closer to finding where Niles is or anything, but we did get more information on Niles, and even even Mr. Nobody as well. So that's something, at least. Plus, they got to kill a Nazi, so that's always a positive. But in the meantime, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode of Doom Patrol, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.